accessibility, Mike. I'm in New Jersey, and we're in a hotel, and I just want to point out an obvious faux pas. Is they made ramps and a platform to make some rooms accessible or easy to access. But if you look, they didn't do it to the rest of them. So I'm gonna wheel and show you, and then wheel back. So if they just kept going with this platform, they could have made all the rooms easy to access. So I'm going to go in and I'll show you the interesting things that I found in the room. So I'm in the room, and it's not a lot of space. I don't know how they could rearrange it. But I'm gonna have my wife come in so it's not so loud. Yeah, so it's a really small room. And they probably could have rearranged this slightly different. Like maybe gotten rid of the dresser. And because there's a huge closet over here, which is more than adequate enough. And a table, which is not too bad, it's nice, but still takes up a lot of space. And the bed. The bed is really high. I'm gonna have to get out my mountain climbing gear to get into it. And for me, this is the dangerous part, because getting up onto the bed, once I'm on it, I'm fine, and getting out of it is not that bad. Down is easy, up is hard. And this is an easy fix, and for some reason all hotels want to have high beds, but they don't think of the wheelchair accessible rooms. So the bathroom, though, is actually huge. The door is, I think, 36. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah, 36. I'm going to warn you now, don't look at the mirror, because there's a flashing light, because it's broken. And I don't want anyone to have a seizure. That's something I'm going to address to the manager. But they did a pretty good job over here.
Yeah, the toilet's low, I noticed.
I kind of like the low toilet, or low, not a high toilet.
It wasn't necessarily a complaint.
Right. But yeah, they could have done a standard toilet. It's a substandard toilet or a lower toilet. The toilet paper is kind of far to reach. I think they're supposed to have it over here. But it looks like there used to be a bidet in here, because there's another place for a toilet. I'm not sure. It's weird. But so a little piece of information, this is a step shower, not a roll-in shower, because you can't roll into it. There's a step. So transferring into it will be interesting. I probably won't be in it to transfer into it. But I thought that was going to hit me in the head. So yeah, that's an interesting. It took me a minute to figure out what the problem is, and they put it so high because the top of it is where it connects to the shower head. So they just added it on like that instead of, doing it different. But the interesting thing is the bench is big enough. The back of the shower is the back of the bench, which is good. And there's plenty of room, like I could sit in the corner if I wanted to. And technically, I can reach the shower head from that spot. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but I can reach it. So, I don't know, if I was to give this room a rating, I would give it like a 7. The bathroom, it's great. If I can take a shower, you get a high rating. If I can go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, you get a really good rating. And the space is amazing. There's no sink. That's what's missing. The sink is out here. Interesting. They could have put the sink in there, but they didn't.
No, this is actually a trend with hotels these days, dear. You get like the sink and prep area outside, so if someone's taking a shower, someone's to brush their hair. That kind of
Yeah,
deal.
but the size of the bathroom, you could have put it in there and like had the table over here.
Valid point.
Yeah, but that's the way my brain works. So I'm going to shut off the strobe light. Holy smokes. The downside is I can't get into the bed without a great deal of difficulty. So that's where, and the space. So between the space and the bed, they lose at least 3 points. They make up some for it because I can take a shower. Usually I can go to bed and use the toilet, but I can't take a shower. And then if I can't take a shower, then you get a 5 right off the bat. You gotta have like a great continental breakfast, an amazing bed that I can get into without a problem, plenty of space, great Wi-Fi to make up for not being able to take a shower.
Tell them about the entryway, dear.
So we might take a picture of it or a video of it later. I can get in through the doors. The doors are automatic, 2 doors. Little breezeway, it's great. Get in there. And then there's the same height that's in to get into the other rooms. I think it's almost a foot is to get up to where you can register.
And where the breakfast is.
And where the breakfast is. The continental breakfast and the manager's desk is 12 inches up.
And they're only like, 4 feet apart from each other?
Yeah. It's a whole area. And it's all up. And I'm like, just make it all one level. It's a no-brainer. For me, you make it all one level, easy to get into, and not a problem, and you have an accessible desk, an accessible dining area, accessible rooms, and a little ramp going up into the room, and that could be chunked out. You could just remodel that and just chop up the floor.
See, I will at least give them credit in that the guy that's working the desk, I apologize, I did not grab his name, was really pleasant, at least willing to work with us, because I checked in before you did, and when I asked if there was a way to get to the front desk other than the step because you couldn't get over it, his response was, "Oh, well, when he comes in, just call me and I'll bring the paperwork to him so he doesn't have to come up here."
So that gives them extra points, or not points, but fractions of points. So being willing and able to accommodate is important. So they make up a little, but they don't make up a lot. The bed and the spacing, and just the fact that not all the rooms are similar. Like I've got to go up and down ramps to get to the end of the hall. It would just be easier for everyone if it was all one length, all one height, flat.
At least they're going to let us eat breakfast in here because, again, issue of the step to get to breakfast.
Again, accommodating. They get a few fractions of a points for being accommodating. Like, don't worry, just go ahead, take the breakfast to your room. So, and I was like, yeah, cool, not a problem. I mean, if we really worked at it, Amanda could get me up the step with my help, but it's an added issue. It's putting ourselves in a situation where I could fall out of the chair, or anyone could fall out of the chair. So, don't be afraid to ask for accommodations and look for them. So we're not gonna say the name of the hotel because I want to give them an opportunity to take my suggestions and put them into play and hopefully make their place better. But I will talk to the manager or owner and say that there are a lot of things that they could do better. And this is Accessibility Mike, and I really appreciate you listening to me. And don't be afraid to ask questions in the comments below and subscribe. So, Accessibility Mike Conkright here, and it's the morning after. It was an interesting stay. The bed was really too high. It actually took me using another chair that was in the room, thank God, and my wife sitting on it to get my butt into the bed. And then the shower, as big and as nice as it was, had its drawbacks. Access wise, I had a hard time getting on the bench because I could only fit my chair half in, half out of the shower stall, and it was a step shower, so it was a very precarious position. I almost fell getting in, and to prevent that from almost happening again, I had my wife hold the chair so I could transfer into it. It's kind of a pain. I'm very much a big proponent for removable shower benches, like the kind of shower benches you put in your home, because there's just so much more you can do with them, and I feel personally they're safer to transfer in and out of, even in the shower stall. So, final rating, probably give this place a 6, because there's a lot of dangers and a lot of issues that could cause problems. And my whole point of doing this and being a consultant is to keep people safe and to make things accessible. Those are the two major points. Because people aren't safe, then it causes problems. Your disability has now become an injury, which complicates it, and then you got to deal with more medical issues, and nobody wants that. So,
Well, I'm also going to point out, because I know for like our visually impaired friends, or some of them, if I weren't here, I know you couldn't reach them. There's a lack of outlets, power outlets.
yeah, I really didn't rate that or took that into consideration because that's standard across the board for any hotel, motel, unless it's brand new.
Yeah, but we had to hunt behind like appliances and nightstands to find outlets. Someone who's visually impaired isn't going to find those easily.
Right, exactly. When I was talking to my friend Leon, that was one of the things that they've done in new hotels, where they take the lamps and they put the base of the lamp is where all the outlets are. That is an amazing idea, and I think that's awesome. But they filled this room with stuff. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights in this room alone, and 3 of them plug into outlets. So that's 3 less outlets that we have access to, and there's 3 lights that we can turn on and off. So yeah, that's not a benefit, that's a detraction. So thank you for watching. I don't know how this video is going to end up in editing, but we really appreciate it. Leave your comments, questions below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.